On today's show, planes go electric, kind of, Tesla's big Victorian battery, and a whole lot more. Welcome, my name is Chris and I cover from an Australian perspective everything around renewable technologies like electric vehicles, battery storage, wind, solar and more. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Thanks for coming along here. If you enjoyed the video, consider subscribing. If you want to support the channel at the next level, join us over here on Patreon, where from as little as $2.50 per month, you get early access to news, polls, behind the scenes, and a whole lot more that you just don't get on here. And a big thank you to my producers, Alan Byrne, Ashley Hill, Nigel Farrier, and Tessa Nagong. Let's get into the news. Did you know that worldwide more than 500,000 Nissan Leafs have been sold? Because they could be a massive 20,000 megawatt hour battery. That's this much energy. Last week, Nissan Australia's head of electrification, Ben Warren, said that Nissan Australia was only a few months away from regulatory approval for its bi-directional charging capabilities. Known as vehicle-to-home or vehicle-to-grid, depending on hardware and network configuration, Nissan's chargers could be ready for as many as several hundred Australian Nissan Leaf owners. In his address to the Smart Energy Conference in Sydney last week, Mr. Warren said that the biggest secret in the automotive industry is people buy vehicles to park them, not to drive them. They spend most of their life sitting in driveways or car parks, which makes them actually one of the least efficient assets that we own. But with electric vehicles, we can turn them into one of the most efficient assets. It's potentially a game changer. Imagine participating in the energy market when the sun goes down. Electric vehicle batteries are huge, and the Nissan Leaf's 40 kilowatt hour battery, or larger, can easily power most homes for a day or two. By Christmas, your day might look like this. You've charged your EV during the day, the sun is down, and your solar panels are sleeping for the night. With thanks to your car, you're now running your house for maybe a kettle, air conditioner, heater, lights, you name it. You're also powering your neighbor's house, your other neighbor's house. You get the idea. And the real game changer here is that if you're with the right energy company, you could be getting some really nice feed-in tariff rates for that power. Kia has unveiled more details of its all-new EV6. So I'll shut up for a moment, let the video play and share just some highlights with you. EV6 is built on the eGMP platform, meaning the cabin floor is completely flat. The driver's pinnacle, called a cluster screen by Kia, is customizable and displays information such as speed, remaining electric range, and state of charge, and more. Adjacent is a central display screen combining navigation, infotainment, and menus. I love the LED light accents and touch buttons. To aid with a quieter cabin, Kia will build the EV6 with acoustic windshields and thickened door glass, promising reduced cabin noise equal to higher class premium models. Due for release in Australia in the second half of this year, most likely after October, which is the European release, this is a great looking car and will be an exciting addition to our roads. Ford Europe is calling on policymakers, energy providers, local authorities and consumers, and the auto industry as a whole to join forces on a nationwide electrification strategy that will set the UK on the right trajectory for 2030. You see, the UK and many other overseas markets have internal combustion engine bans coming in as early as 2025, 2030 or 2035. And Ford is investing across Europe as it gets on with electrification. With 4 key action points that the UK needs to address, such as a comprehensive roadmap, an action plan led by government and agreed by all relevant stakeholders, which sets out the how and when of the switch to electrification. Charging infrastructure. Charging points need to be accessible for all, with public charging points required across the UK, so that no regions are left behind. Incentivization. A need for a comprehensive regime of both purchase and usage incentives that encourage consumers to adopt all-electric and plug-in hybrid technologies. Information for all, Consumers have said they do not feel that they have enough information on electric vehicles. This requires a collective effort from all stakeholders to ensure that customers have confidence in the technologies. These are all good things, and we've seen identical issues raised in Australia, with Infrastructure Victoria's 21 recommendations echoing these 4 pillars. I applaud Ford for this public call to arms and hope more companies, not just people, that's you and me, demand that our governments get busy and start legislating for what's going to be a significant transformation of our transport sector. Staying on the subject of government, just a quick update on the Victorian EV tax. It's still with the Senate and will be voted on very soon. If you haven't already, get in touch with your local Member of Parliament and these key independents, as they hold the balance of power in the upper house. They can stop the tax on clean air, which I've discussed at length many times on this show. Below are the phone numbers and email addresses and a sample letter you can use. Also, do sign the Australian Institute's petition. They're planning on giving it to the politicians close to its vote. So let's get busy. VW has announced that it's stepping up development of its Level 4 autonomous driving vehicles by adding a second test site, this time in Germany. Working with Argo AI, a global autonomous vehicle company headquartered in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, VW is pushing this technology for the future ID. Buzz, an electric minibus that could be a taxi, a cargo van, or a people mover. Using a combination of LiDAR, radar, and cameras for Level 4 autonomous driving vehicles, Christian Senger, Divisional Director at VW, says that our aims with the self-driving version of the ID. Buzz is to facilitate commercial deployment of transport and delivery services starting in 2025. This will occur in select cities where customers will be able to have a self-driving vehicle take them to their destination, and that the delivery of goods and packages will be also made much easier through our autonomous driving service. Okay, this sounds awesome and all, and curiously how Tesla recently has said that they're actually removing radar from the vision system of autonomy driving. Most other companies are still going down this LiDAR route with sensors and cameras and all that sort of stuff where they've got to mash up that data. Waymo? I'm not going to say Waymo. Google's service, Alphabet, they're doing quite well in this space, and I'd be curious to see if VW can actually do this. Time for a little fantasy and a guessing game. What car am I talking about? 0 to 100 in less than 2 seconds? 2,300 Newton meters of torque? Did you guess Tesla Roadster? If you did, then buzz wrong. The car in question is a Battisa Hyper GT, a bespoke electric vehicle of which only 150 are going to be made. Last week, Electrifying.com named the pure electric Hyper GT its electric dream as part of its inaugural awards, and rightly so. I mean, look at it, it's gorgeous, and with specs like those, it will certainly rewrite our understanding of what cars can do when we shift to more electric vehicles. Who's ever been on a plane, stuck on the tarmac, waiting for the plane to be pushed back, but there's no tug available? Annoying, right? German company Dresden Aerospace has a system that will soon solve these issues with its product, the Wheel Tug, as it provides pilots with the necessary situational awareness to safely maneuver an aircraft without using jet engines or relying on tugs. Using two 360-degree camera systems and optional side cameras which feed panoramic real-time video to the pilots, Wheeltug uses the auxiliary power unit, not the engines, see how they actually cover them, to drive an electric motor located under the nose of the plane. This reduces aircraft ground time by as much as 20 minutes by eliminating the need to wait for pushback vehicles. In addition, the system allows for maneuvers not normally possible, makes it safer for ground crews, and reduces aviation or diesel fuel use. Entering into production in 2022, several airlines have already signed up with this new system, so very soon you'll actually be driven around on the tarmac by an electric motor. Alright, mark your calendars guys, here's a few upcoming events for you. Hyundai will present the IONIQ 5 to the American market on Thursday the 25th of May at 5 AM Australian time. It's time. It's time to watch a forward teaser.
It's time to take our grit, our determination, our ingenuity, and build on that. It's time to take an entire century of innovation and point it at the next century. To take the legendary and turn it into something revolutionary. To take electric and turn it into lightning.
Yes, the Blue Oval has confirmed that its upcoming electric F-150 will wear the title of Ford F-150 Lightning. Fitting, I reckon, as any Tesla owner will tell you, giving your electric vehicle a name that is along the electric sort of route is what you have to do. So, props to Ford for doing this. I can't wait for full details to be revealed next Thursday, the 20th of May. As soon as that occurs, I'll post it here. Alright, time for a quick round of bites. In a surprise move, Harley-Davidson has announced that it will shift its electric bike division to an independent brand. Called Livewire, in a nod to its first electric motorbike, Harley plans on opening dedicated EV showrooms and what appears to be a direct-to-seller model, much like what Tesla does currently. In July, they'll unveil their second electric motorbike and share more about this exciting push into their electrification strategy. Subaru Corporation announced that the all-new global battery electric SUV will be named Solterra. Created by joining the word Sol for sun and Terra for earth, Subaru named its first electric SUV to appreciate Mother Nature and further advance the form of coexistence with it. Okay. This battery electric SUV is being jointly developed with Toyota Motor Corporation on the Subaru global platform and is scheduled to go on sale in markets including Japan, the US, Canada, Europe and China by the middle of 2022. But you notice I didn't say Australia there. What's up with that? Australian companies Lotus Energy, in partnership with JR Hammer, are currently testing in Thomastown, Victoria, a solar panel recycling plant. Better known as upcycling, the process does not involve chemicals and all materials like aluminium, silica dust, copper, PVC, silver are fully recovered. And what's more impressive here, folks, is solar systems are actually incredibly complex, consisting of solar modules, rails, inverters, cables and more. Brilliant, hey? So, do you think Aussie will change his tune? If you want to know more about these stories, including links and references to all what I said in this episode, please look below in the description where you'll find them, plus that subscribe button, hint hint, hey? Also Patreon support over there, remembering that you get like early access to news, polls and behind the scenes you just don't get here. And if you did enjoy it, please, you be good and you be great.